Well, this is an unprecedented time in gaming history right here. After I watched the Nintendo Direct, as a Nintendo fan myself, I was very, very excited. I was pumping my fist, I was jumping up and down. At one point, I almost shed a tear out of nostalgia. But I looked back. In retrospect, it's about 24 hours since it started live as of right now, as I'm recording this. And what I realized last night, like, there's something else that was unsettling. There's a lot of conversation that was going on with the pricing of the games, which is, yeah, it's pretty bad, and I don't support that. Uh, and there's a lot of discussion with the game console being really expensive, which I'm okay with paying that premium price for that kind of Switch, because I think the Nintendo's OLED was like what, $300 when it came out, and I'd rather spend $450 on a Nintendo console, a really good Nintendo console with Nintendo licensed IP, than buy a PlayStation. Those where I stand on those points. But what I want to address that no one's really talking about is the excitement towards the GameCube announcement. They announced that GameCube games were going to be released to people that bought the membership, the online membership expansion pack, which is about for $50. It's $50 for one person and $80 for a family pack. So if you're potentially have your family members contribute to this thing. I forget how many members you can have. Is it like 8? So what is that, $10 a year? But as we saw, like Soul Calibur, Wind Waker being introduced to us on the GameCube, through the expansion pack, we're not understanding that what the deep-rooted problem of the gaming industry is right now. There's a lot of things, and I'm gonna come out and say it. The problem with the gaming industry is ownership. You do not truly have ownership over the games that you're owning. And Nintendo has been really leaning towards this as of late. As soon as the Switch came out, we had the Game Boy packs, the SNES packs, and we had to pay for a membership in order to get those games again. Where I find a problem with this is that we should be able to own these nostalgic pieces of media. Like, we'll take example for the Nintendo 3DS and even the Wii U. You're able to buy and download from the shop and able to own it on your device. But once it came to the Switch, they switched, pun intended. They switched it up and put it on an expansion pack, so you have to pay yearly for it. And once your expansion pack's gone, all your data and all the things that you did in those games are gone. They don't care. They don't care about it anymore. They just want to be able to make more money because they're on the stock market. They are on the stock market. They value growth so much, and this is a big problem. And this even goes for like Xbox Game Pass, even goes for Steam games. Spoiler alert, when you buy a Steam game, you don't own it. When you read the terms of service or whatever, the what's it called, agreement, it states that you do not have ownership in any of the games. I want this video to reach to the right people that be able to start the conversation with a much bigger community than my non-existing community, and share the word, and let's discuss how we the consumers, the people buying these products, how we can fix this. Because if we don't do something about it, they're just going to keep jacking up the prices. They're going to keep jacking up the prices, and they're going to keep doing the ownership problem where we don't own any more games. And now they're doing it with, they're not even just doing it with the GameCube games and the Game Boy games on the Switch. They're now doing it with their own Switch 2 games, where you get the card, and you have to scan the QR code to get the game online. I'm pissed off, and so should you. We should be pissed off that we're not able to own our games, because back in the day, when we used to buy SNES games, when we used to buy Game Boy games, it's not like you can rent it at Blockbuster, but or whatever, or GameStop. You maybe rent it at GameStop. I don't even know, but you rent it at your local shop, the game, and you return it. But you need, like, there has to be a certain point where at $60, you own the game, and we shouldn't settle for a Wind Waker and a Pokemon XD and a Soul Calibur 2 that's just being rented out to you when you have the membership. We should be able to buy it and own it on the shop. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I hope this really addresses a lot of the problems that are going on, and I really hope you guys consider not supporting these types of these avenues that the gaming industry wants to go in. Sure, Xbox Game Pass can be fucking $10. Can be $10 for a year or whatever. It can be so cheap and you get as many games as you want. Sure. However, once you don't have Game Pass, you don't own it. You don't own it. We're living in a rental society. We're living in a rental society, and it's a problem. Let's band together and figure out how we can do this. My suggestion is to not lean into these more profit, like lean into these programs where they expect more profit to sell these games. When they put out the GameCube, they're thinking, oh, a lot more people are going to buy our subscription pack that allows the user to have it for a certain period of time and don't own it. But if you say no, if a lot of people do not buy it, they're going to do something about it because all they want to do is profit. So they may, if we don't buy the exclusive pack, or if we stop buying these exclusive packs, then they may come out and make a Wind Waker on Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge that you can now own. So you hold the future in your hands, and I do as well. So I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna do something about this. I want to talk about this. I hope this reaches the right people. Thank you, and goodbye.